So time-based generator is nothing but it is a specially designed electronic function generator which is used to produce various time-based signals by generating varying voltages as well as current. So a portion of voltage and current varies linearly with respect to the time interval. So we can, as I told you already, it's a specially designed electronic function generator and which is generated by using various voltage and current. So this generator linearly varying voltages are used in the CRO to deflect the electron beam in a horizontal direction. So this is used in oscilloscope for generating sawtooth waveforms. Okay, so in order to produce a high frequency sawtooth waveform, we go for time-based generator. So for producing a sawtooth waveform, the voltage should have a horizontal velocity that should be a constant level. So this such type of voltage is called as a ramp voltage. When this voltage tends to 0, the sawtooth waveform is formed. Then the time-based generator is also called as sweep circuit or sweep generator or linear time-based generator. So what is meant by sweep? So in an oscilloscope, the movement of electron beam is called a sweep, and the voltage which causes this type of movement is called a sweep voltage, and a generator or a circuit which utilizes the sweep voltage is called a sweep generator. For example, if you have an application like radar set, oscilloscope and computer circuits, so most of these application depends on the sawtooth waveform for its function. So the sawtooth waveform has a linear rise and sudden decrease. So this type of sawtooth waveform is used in radar set and oscilloscope. So in order to produce the sawtooth waveform, we go for time-based generator. To display the variations of a signal with respect to the time on an oscilloscope, a voltage that varies linearly with time has to be applied to the deflection plate. So this makes a signal to sweep the beam horizontally across the screen. So mainly what we go for this time-based generator to generate a sawtooth waveform. I'll tell you how that sawtooth waveform is formed. Then we have certain features of a time-based signal. So to generate a time-based waveform in a CRO or a picture tube, the deflecting voltage increases linearly with the time. This is the main functionality of a time-based generator. We have a linear rise in your output voltage or current level. So generally a time-based generator is used where the beam deflects over the screen linearly and returns to its starting point. So this process occurs during the process of scanning. Okay, so in scanning process, we have a linear rise as well as sudden decrease. So both CRT as well as a picture tube works on the same principle. And apart from that, the beam deflects over the screen from one side to other. In general, we have the movement from left to right and gets back to the same point. This is called as a trace and retrace. So the deflection of a beam over the screen from left to right position is called as a trace, while the return of the beam from right to left is called as retrace or flyback. So usually this retrace is not visible. So overall this process is done with the help of what? A sawtooth waveform generator. So which sets a time period with respect to the components where we are using in time-based generators or resistor and capacitor. So main requirements of time-based signal is the sweep time. Sweep time is what? The linear rise time. So the sweep time variation from 10 nanosecond to 5 nanosecond per division. And the time accuracy is always greater than 3%. And the linearity is always greater than 1% across the CRT. Then 10 times expansion in the horizontal amplifier, which allows 1 nanosecond per division displays for very high speed transient value. So the speed of this part should be constant across the entire screen. So this part should be invisible while tracing from right to left and should be visible only from left to right. Okay, this is a simple example where we are using this type of oscilloscope in our laboratory. So you can see that we have two knobs. Okay, the upper position is a time-based controlled. So this is an example for time-based controlled oscilloscope. So the upper one is time in millisecond per division. The lower one is amplitude in volts per division. So this type of oscilloscope will generally generate a sinusoidal waveform. It is given in the display. So it produces a sinusoidal waveform where your x-axis represents your time period in millisecond and the y-axis is your amplitude in terms of volts. In general, the height of your waveform is amplitude. So how will you measure the time period? Always, even though the waveform is a sinusoidal waveform, the time taken for one positive and one negative cycle is called as the total time interval. So here, the time taken for one positive cycle is called as on-time interval, and the time taken for one negative cycle is called as off-time interval. By combining this, what we are getting? The total one cycle time period. It is used to measure what? The frequency of oscillation. So this is a simple example of a time-based controlled oscilloscope where we are using in our laboratory. Similarly, this type of oscilloscope already we have seen. So it generates a simple sinusoidal and a pulse signal. So we have totally amplitude variation now and time period variation now, both in x-axis and y-axis, so that the waveform can be measured. So this oscilloscope will generate a sawtooth waveform. So where we are fixing the time-based generator internally as it in the exact condition. So you have a sawtooth waveform. You can see that in your display, the sawtooth waveform, a linear rise and sudden decrease. Okay. So this is a circuit diagram for time-based generator. So this time-based generator consists of one transistor, one capacitor, and one resistor value. So all of you know that this is a simple CE transistor, common emitter transistor, where the input voltage Vi is applied to the base of your transistor, and the output is measured across a capacitor where it is connected to the collector terminal of your transistor. So the emitter terminal is directly grounded. In a normal amplifier circuit, what we have? So we have a current limiting resistor, then voltage source. After that, we have a input side capacitor, then your potential divider. After that, output side, we have a collector resistor, then output side capacitor. Then apart from that, we have a bypass network. What is a bypass network? The parallel combination of a resistor and capacitor, which is placed at the common terminal of your transistor, is called as a bypass network. So here the condition is when VCC is applied in your circuit, you just see that when VCC is applied, the capacitor C charges through the resistor R. Similarly, the transistor becomes on condition when Vi is applied, because Vi is connected to the base of your transistor. How it is possible? So as I told you already, so whenever it meets the requirement of VBE is equal to 0.7. Why? Because the VBE 0.7 is made up of what? Silicon. And VBE is equal to 0.4 for germanium semiconductor. So in your input characteristic of a transistor, VBE is equal to 0.7 is enough to activate your entire transistor. So the transistor becomes on only when the Vi is applied. So at that condition, the capacitor C becomes in discharging condition. So by combining this charging and discharging condition, we can get a sawtooth waveform like this. You can see here a blue color waveform. Here you see TS. TS is a linear rise and TR is a sudden decrease. TS is called a sweep time. So this is a time during which the output increases linearly. So this TS is used to movement of what? Left to right across the CRT screen. And TR is called as restoration time. It is also called as playback time or retrace time. So this is a time taken for the signal to get back to its initial value. So always the TR is less than TS. So here using this time-based generator circuit, when VCC is applied, the capacitor charges to the maximum level and it can reach to the maximum value of, here the equation is given, V0 is equal to VCC into 1 minus e power minus t by RC, where V0 is your output voltage across the capacitor, VCC is the supply voltage, and R and C is the components where we are using in your time-based generator. A simple R and C network will use to form your entire sawtooth waveform. So this is a sawtooth general sweep waveform is formed by charging and discharging condition of the capacitor. So the charging condition is called TS and discharging condition is called as TR. So coming to the sawtooth waveform, you can see that the total time period T is calculated based on the addition of what? Sweep time and restoration time. So the one full cycle of a sawtooth waveform is a combination of what? TS and TR, where the condition is TR is less than the value of TS. Okay. Then equivalent circuit of time-based generator. So what type of transistor it is? Common emitter configuration. So for common emitter configuration, so I already discussed, we need one input side and output side equivalent circuit. Only we need a hybrid model. What is the reason? Because it is having the mixed combination of both voltage source and current source. So in your input side, we are replacing the entire CE transistor into what? Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So we need only one resistor and one voltage source for forming the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. And for output side, we need a Norton's equivalent circuit. So what are all the requirement of Norton's equivalent circuit? We need one resistor and one current source, and thus that must be connected in parallel. So just by using that condition, the equivalent circuit, here we have to remove the reverse voltage gain that comes under the next slide. So after your current source, we have 1 by HOE, then your R and C, here it is connected in series. So in your equivalent model, that becomes parallel. So you can see here clearly. So this is a time-based generator first circuit, and the second circuit I have given a simple hybrid model of a common emitter configuration. So the series position of HIE and HRE VCE, and output side the parallel combination of current source and output impedance HOE. Then from the hybrid model, we go for small signal model. What is the necessity of taking this small signal model? Because though we have three types of equivalent circuit in our electronic circuits, the small signal model is the only model which represents all type of components present in your circuit. So here, except your hybrid parameter, we have some other components in your circuit diagram. So the simple resistor and capacitor is replaced in your equivalent model, so that by applying the approximate model condition, the second diagram, your HRE VC is totally eliminated. Why? Because the reverse voltage gain is not at all possible. So it is totally shorted. And then HOE here in your hybrid model, it depends on the value of admittance. So in order to replace a resistance value, we are taking inverse of that. So the entire small signal model of your time-based generator become HIE, HFE IB, then which is parallel to 1 by HOE. After that, what? The components R and C is parallel. Okay, in general, the capacitor value was not inserted in your equivalent circuit. But here, since your capacitor C produces a sawtooth waveform by charging and discharging condition, we are considering the value of C. Okay. Then the parameters are calculated. What are the general parameters of hybrid model? We have a input impedance value, output impedance value, voltage gain value, and current gain value. So what is meant by input impedance? The ratio of input voltage and input current is called as input impedance. So here the input voltage VI, the input current is IB. So that V is equal to, using Ohm's law, IB into HIE divided by the input current IB, so that your ZI value is simply what? HIE. And we have three components at your output side, so that all components are parallel together. So V0 can be written like this. So why the minus symbol here? Because the current flows in the opposite direction. So we are taking the reactance of the capacitance value. So 1 by j omega C parallel with a resistor or parallel with 1 by HOE. Then we need to find the voltage gain value, which is a ratio of V0 and VI. So V0 value is given by minus IC into 1 by j omega C parallel with or parallel with 1 by HOE. And VI value is what? IB into HIE. By cancelling these two, we have simply 1 by j omega C or parallel with 1 by HOE. Okay, so this is a final equation of AV. And what is beta here? Beta is nothing but IC by IB. By substituting that, we have AV is equal to minus beta 1 by j omega C parallel with R parallel with 1 by HOE divided by HIE. And what is the current gain value? Here, what may be the current value? So in general, in our normal amplifier circuit, it starts with a current limiting resistor RS, and then the end value is RL in general. So we can say the final current gain value is IL divided by IS, because IL is a current flows towards a load and IS is a current flows towards the current limiting resistance RS. When you neglect both of the value, then the remaining part of your transistor is output current is IC, input current is IB. So since we don't have any input side current limiting resistor, output side load current value, we directly write AI is equal to IC by IB. It is equal to beta. Hope you know the derivation. Okay, so what we are doing here, first of all, we have the hybrid equivalent. Then we are applying the approximate model condition in order to remove the unwanted terms like HRE, and then HOE is replaced by 1 by HOE. So since the small signal model focus the entire circuit components, we are inserting R and C value. So the C is used to represent your sawtooth waveform so that the final output is measured across a value of C. Okay, so this is the derivation. Then we have some deviation. Though we are satisfying this time-based generator condition, we have some deviation from linearity. So the deviation from linearity is expressed in three most important ways. So what is that? First one, the slope or sweep speed error. So what is meant by slope or sweep speed error? A sweep always must be in linearly increasing condition with respect to the time period. So it is defined as the rate of change of sweep voltage with the time must be a constant level. So the deviation from linearity is defined as the slope speed error. That is the difference in slope at the beginning and end of the sweep divided by initial value of sweep is called as the ES, which is nothing but slope or sweep speed error. Then what is meant by displacement error, ED? So it's a maximum difference between actual sweep voltage and the linear sweep voltage which passes through the beginning and end points of the actual sweep. Then the transmission error. The transmission error E is nothing but this error occurs only when the output gets deviated from the input value. Okay. So next we have the methods of generating the time-based waveform. What are the methods are available to generate a time-based waveform? The first method is called as exponential charging. How it is possible? So the exponential charging of capacitor is possible only through a supply voltage VCC. So in this method, a capacitor is charged from a supply voltage through a resistor to a voltage which is small compared with the supply voltage. So as I told you already, the supply voltage VCC is used to charge your entire capacitor value through a resistor. So the exponential charging is possible through a supply voltage VCC. Then second one is called as constant current charging. So in this method, a capacitor is charged linearly from a constant current source. So instead of a voltage source, we have a constant current source. So since the charging current is constant, the voltage across the capacitor increases linearly. The third type is called as Miller circuit. So in this method, an operational integrator is used to convert an input step voltage into a ramp waveform. So what is the reason of using operational integrator? So last semester you have studied in signals. A simple, when you integrate a step voltage, step input waveform, we can get a ramp waveform. Already we proved that. So that we are using operational integrator to convert a step input voltage into a ramp waveform. Because why? Most of our oscilloscope need a ramp waveform. Then third one is called as Panterson circuit. So in this method, this is a modified version of Miller circuit. In this method, a pulse input is converted into a ramp. Then fifth one is called as a bootstrap circuit. Here everything is constant. We have a constant current source, constant voltage source, and a fixed resistor. So once all values are fixed, even the voltage and current value is also a fixed one. And here it is connected in series with the capacitor like your normal time-based generator. Then sixth one is called as a compensating network. So in this method, the compensating network is introduced to improve the linearity of the basic Miller and bootstrap. So since we are finding some errors in your bootstrap circuit and Miller circuit, we are compensating the entire network by using a time-based generator. Then finally, we have an inductor circuit. So in this method, a simple RLC components are used. So since an inductor does not allow the current passing through it to charge, the current through the capacitor more or less remains constant because in order to get a sweep voltage. Then coming to the types of time-based generator, we have basically two types of time-based generator. One is called voltage time-based generator, another one is current time-based generator. So as the name implies, the voltage time-based generator is nothing but it provides an output voltage waveform that varies linearly with time is called voltage time. So here the output is a voltage. Then in current time-based generator, it's a generator that provides an output current waveform that varies linearly with the time is called as a current time-based generator. So this is a simple circuit diagram of voltage time-based generator. This is similar that of your normal time-based, general time-based generator, which we explained earlier. So here, the entire circuit consists of two resistor and one capacitor. So only one resistor we have extra in this circuit, that is R1. Here the input is supplied to the base via a resistor R1. So the same condition here operation, when VCC is applied, the capacitor charges through the resistor R2, and when VI is applied, the transistor becomes on condition once it reaches the maximum threshold voltage by satisfying VB is equal to 0.7 or not. So during the transistor in on condition, the capacitor discharges, so that the waveform you have like this. So during the transistor in on condition, the output of your capacitor goes to the saturated voltage VC sat, that is given in your waveform. So the charging and discharging condition of your capacitor will produce a simple sawtooth waveform like this. And here I have drawn a equivalent circuit of voltage time based generator. So here the input is connected with the resistor R1, so that here I have connected HIE along with R1 and then HRE hybrid model. Then output section we have R and C components, so that R and C I placed parallel here with the Norton's equivalent HFE-IB and 1 by HOE. So by applying the approximate model condition, HRE is totally eliminated, HO is already replaced by 1 by HOE, so that I have HIE, then R1 in my input side, and output side I have HFE-IB, 1 by HOE, R2 and C. So the same derivation like in your general time-based generator, we have the 4 parameters are calculated like ZI is a variation of input voltage and input current, Z0 is a variation of output voltage and output current, and the voltage gain is measured by taking V0 and Vi, and current gain is measured by considering IC and IB, because we don't have any extra resistor both at input as well as output side. Then coming to the current time-based generator, here we don't have any capacitor here, because the current time-based generator is used to produce the output as a current. Here what is the condition is, when VI is supplied, the transistor becomes on by satisfying the forward bias condition of your VBE value, and here we have connected a emitter resistor RE and then the collector resistor RC. So only these two resistors is used to produce your output current waveform, because the reason is, so most of our circuit we are just justifying our result like IE is approximately equal to IC. How it is possible? So when VI is applied to the base of the transistor, it appears at the emitter, which produces the emitter current IE, and this increases linearly as VI increase from 0 to its peak value. So the collector current increases as the emitter current increases. So because the condition is IC is approximately equal to IE. So how to determine the value of IC? Since it depends on both the value of what? IE. So it can be IC is equal to VI minus VBE divided by RE. So here I have given the equivalent circuit of current time-based generator. So except your RE, it is similar that of your voltage time-based generator. Here the input section VI is directly given to base of your transistor, so that HIE and HRE VC is given Thevenin's equivalent. Output side I have Norton's equivalent, so that HFE-IB and HOE. Then resistor RC you have, the output is given across a resistor RC, and then RE is a common bypass resistor, emitter resistor, so which is common for base and collector terminal. Here the input is measured across the base terminal. So how will you calculate the value of ZI? So ZI is a variation of input voltage and input current, so that by neglecting the value of HRE using the approximate model condition, VI is equal to simply IB HIE plus IE-RE. Why? Because the base terminal HIE is connected to the emitter resistance RE, because the emitter resistance RE bypass resistance is common for both the input side and output side. So the VI equation can be written as IB HIE plus IE-RE, and your input current is simply IB. So using that, the equation, we can remove the value of current IC and IE. And similarly, the output voltage can be measured across a resistor RC, so that V0 is equal to what is the current value? IC into RC parallel with 1 by HOE, then plus IE-RE. So here also apply the same condition. So V0 is equal to, Z0 is equal to V0 by I0. So all the current value can be totally removed. Then how will you find out the voltage gain value? By taking the ratio of V0 and Vi. So cancel the maximum voltage and current value and show your value in terms of H parameter and in terms of your circuit components. Similarly, what is the current gain value? Here the entire output current is IC, the entire input current is IB, so that IC by IB, which is nothing but beta. So these are all the parameters of your current time-based generator using this equivalent circuit. And finally, we are coming to the applications of time-based generator. So it is mainly used in CRO in order to show the constant horizontal velocity, and it is used in CRT to deflect the beam in horizontal direction. And it is also used in television because in analog television sets we have two time-based generator, one for deflecting the beam horizontally and another to pull that the beam down the screen. So in radar application also we are using the time-based generator in order to find the target or location of that application. And wherever we need a time measurement system, we can use a time-based generator, and it is also used in the time modulation. So this is a discussion part what we have discussed so far. So the first question is, time domain oscilloscope require what? The first one, sweep generator, because the time-based generator is also called as a sweep generator. The time domain oscilloscope need a sweep generator. The sweep generator must be a linear function of the time for the x-axis display. So what is a time-based generator? So here you have four options like time measuring device, generator, voltage generating device, and current generation device. So though you have four options, the answer is your generator, because in CRO, a generator that provides a waveform for the movement of the visible spot horizontally is known as the time-based generator. Then third one, we have a linear sweep moves spot. So what is the linear movement of your entire time-based signal? Whether it is top to bottom or right to left or left to right or bottom to top, left to right, because that condition is only visible in our oscilloscope. Right to left is not possible. So the movement of this part from right to left direction is not visible. Okay, this is comes under your retrace condition. Then fourth one is the time-based generator controls what? Intensity of light, current direction, voltage magnitude, or spot movement. So the time-based generator controls the spot movement, because in CRO, the time-based generator controls the rate at which the visible spot moves across the screen. Using the front panel controls, this rate can be modified. So fifth one, time dependent waveform need x-axis. So whether your time measurement of your waveform is an x-axis or y-axis, it's an x-axis calibration. So answer is X. Then the sweep generator works on the principle of what? So the sweep generator works on the principle of what? Whether it works on inductor or capacitor or resistor or diode, it's a capacitor, because the charging and discharging of your capacitor will reflect your sweep waveform or a sawtooth waveform. So it generates a linear rise time voltage by making use of the charging characteristic of your capacitor. Then left to right visibility of this part is ensured by what? Linear waveform, linear ramp waveform, sinusoidal waveform, or unit step waveform. So it's a linear ramp waveform. In the time-based generator, a linear increasing ramp waveform that decreases to 0 within a very short time span is used to make sure that the spot is only visible from left to right direction. Then the time-based generator circuit resembles in oscillator. So most of our oscillator which works under the condition of time-based generator in order to show that signals, waveform, sawtooth waveform. Then finally we have a sweep generator. Is a time-based generator. Yes, sweep generator is a time-based generator because in CRO, the sweep-based generator produces the movement of the spot on the screen. It acts as the time base for the waveform, and as a result, it is known as a time-based generator. So with this, we have come to an end of the session. So I thank all the participants for taking time and showing interest in gaining knowledge through this session. Also, I request everyone to be safe and healthy, considering